talking to me.
Okay.
Normal conversation. If there's any questions I ask you that you can answer, feel free to.
Okay.
Set up, and then we'll just kind of dive in. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So first, let's start with your name, and you can tell me a little bit about what addiction you struggled with and how long you've been in recovery.
Okay. My name is Aura Lynn Rouse, and I am 11 years clean and sober, celebrating recovery from a bunch of bad behaviors, but alcohol is the one that brought me to my knees.
So tell me a little bit about your struggle in
So I started drinking and drugging at a young age, probably 11. Had some incidents happen that made me want to cover them up. And so I chose avenues of drinking, drugs, and uh, boys, that type of thing. And so I drank pretty regular and heavy. And then I had my first DUI in 1993. And then from there, I kind of, back and forth drinking, trying different drugs. But drinking was always the one that I struggled with the most. And then I got sober, like really sober for the first time. And actually, I went through the Grove, which is right next to us, and I did a outpatient treatment there. And that was the first time that I really took it serious. I was in and out of AA rooms since that first DUI, always getting people to sign my paper. And so that was the first time that I really, got a sponsor, worked the steps, really tried to get it together. And I was clean and sober until 2008, and that's when my now ex-husband got my friend pregnant. And so I had just had a new baby, and so I had let my recovery lapse. I wasn't going to meetings. I was too busy, and I said, I don't need this. I've got this under control. But then when tragedy struck, I didn't call anybody. I didn't have a meeting to go to. I called the same people, places, things, and did, what I wanted to do. And so that's kind of spiraled me down. And so we went out one night, and it would have been November 12th, 2008. And I worked at the hospital, worked a long hour shift, went and had a few drinks with a friend, and ended up having a horrible accident. On the way home, I hit a man and fell asleep at the wheel. And I hit a man and DUI manslaughter, and ended up going to prison, losing everything. Rock bottom. Yeah, I went to prison. I lost my career, my family, my home, everything I owned, and self-respect. And I went for 3.5 years with good time, and I got out in 2012. So many miracles through that time. Jesus met me right there where I was in the prison, and I did my first real fifth step with Celebrate Recovery on the inside. They came in and brought it, and so I did a lot of healing, a lot of finding out why I did what I did, why I was an addict, why everything had to, I had to have more of everything, and worked through some really tough stuff, and then ended up coming out in 2012, and I lost my nursing license because I was involved in felony. So recreated myself and became a paralegal. And now, by the grace of God, I was released off of 22 years probation, and which doesn't happen. And I was restored my nursing license, and God restored everything that I lost. I have my own home again. I have a career. I'm a legal nurse consultant, and I work for a law firm downtown. And I just opened. I just came into contract with a duplex for a transition home. I go into the county twice a month, and so we opened up Angels of Mercy Ministries, and I started that in the beginning of the year from a vision God gave me, and we have a transition home, so we're renovating it now, and hope to have our first ladies by November, and just give what I've been given, just share the hope and the strength with those that let them know that they can do it too, because I never thought I would, but by the grace of God, here go I.
Wow, it's incredible to see how far you've come. Your
Yeah.
story is amazing. Let's talk about what advice would you give to your younger self?
Um, Advice to my younger self would be, I say there's no regrets because everything that I've went through has created who I am. You know, I think I would tell my younger self just to take time and enjoy life. Because I was so rushed to get older and so rushed to get a job, and I wanted to be grown up at a young age, and I would have said just slow down. I wouldn't necessarily take back anything that happened because it is what it is, and I might be that person in the ditch if it wasn't for what God allowed me to go through. So I always say no regrets because, we go through things so that God can use us to help the next.
It's a wonderful mindset to have. I absolutely love that.
Thanks.
What what is coming to these kind of events, like RCO events and recovery and stuff like this? How has that impacted you?
Well, just being able to see what everybody's doing out here and just being able to talk to people and share and hear their stories and know that, you're not alone. You're not alone in this. And there's so many different facets of what we're doing and how we're going forward here, and that we can all help. We all have a hand. We all have a story. We all have a way that we can give back and just, help the next fellow. That's what it's all about.
So I think we've nailed all our questions. Is there anything else that you want to share?
Um, if you're struggling, that you should find a sponsor. You should find somebody that you can talk to. Go to a meeting. Get into a 12-step program, whether it be AA, NA, Celebrate Recovery, whatever it is. Just reach out. You have to reach out. Make that first step. That admitting that you have the problem, and from there, just continue at it one day at a time. Just don't look too far ahead. Sometimes it's one moment at a time. And just know that it can be done. There's so many that have went before us that you can do it too.
Your story is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank
it with
you.
us.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Of course, of course. Do you need this?
Like in Winter Garden, those kids are 15 years old, 16 years old after game day.